I'm officially live. I'm sure you're all able to hear me. Y'all able to hear me, chat? Excuse me, chat. Y'all able to hear me, chat? Alright, anyway. Yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back was more of me playing Telltale Walk into Season 2. And I haven't necessarily played, like, the beginning of the game and shit. Yeah, my bad for not streaming, or not necessarily streaming since, since what, oh yeah, you know what, hold on, let me put the volume down real quick, because you already know, when it comes to sounds and shit. Y'all able to hear me, chat? Y'all able to hear me, chat? Alright, anyway. So my bad for me not necessarily streaming since exactly 2 days, simply because, actually no, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, so 3 days ago. Well, actually it was 3 days ago. Well, it says 2 days, but pretty much 3 days. So yeah, my bad for not necessarily streaming for exactly 3 days. I mean, hey, if I had a sleepover, that's pretty much what it would be like. But yeah, appreciate you all for exactly 582 subs. Apparently, I lost one sub. Hope it has nothing to do with someone who's desperate and they just want my attention. They just want me to go live every day. That's still my oath. That's still my promise. That's still my goal. Well, I already reached that goal, and that's my term when it comes to going live. So I officially started working with. Actually, no, I've been working with my uncle. So yeah, yesterday. Few things I want to mention. Few things. So yesterday I worked with my dad and uncle simply because it was raining on Saturday, and it's our you already know nature chat. Um, nature. I would mention something about why I mentioned that, but I'll explain it. Hold up. Excuse me, chat. Okay. I know. Yeah, I was working with my dad and uncle yesterday. Um, I watched WrestleMania on exactly Saturday and Sunday. I did not have to be at, I did not have to necessarily be with my mom's place when it comes to WrestleMania. I did not have to stream WrestleMania. I was like, oh, thank goodness. I don't want to be at my mom's place using Apple AirPlay to share that shit. Like, I for real didn't. So once I get my own place, I don't have to necessarily worry about that shit. And I'm hoping I get a job like next week so I can you know, save up for whatever, like save up for whatever. I'm hoping by June I have all the money for whatever I'm budgeting for. Oh yeah, I officially started mowing the lawn yesterday. It was low key cold, but because it was this season of spring, um, so simply because of the season of spring, the grass grows, shit gets fertilized. And another thing, chat, I did my research. So apparently, the whole point, I'm not able to update apps, download apps, like any apps, being able to. upgrade my iCloud and upgrade iCloud and update my phone. The whole point is because I need to add money and what's my debit card. It has nothing to do with like, oh, my debit card's not activated. And my boy, y'all know that Joker was low-key having mood swings. I can like experience it, but hey, I don't want to argue with him because I would yell at someone if they have it. And plus, he's like about to be an adult in like 2 more years, so why ruin it for him? You know how my younger sister, she has commotion with me because of her mood swings. Gonna be in that teenage phase. I mean, she is. I mean, she's like within it. The way she acts and shit compared to when she was younger. But when she was younger, she was much hyper, and I'm like, I ain't gonna necessarily deal with that shit. But yeah, WrestleMania. I mentioned I was gonna stream date. Excuse me. I know I mentioned I was gonna stream night two, like what's my mom's place, watching Apple Airplay or not watch Apple Airplay, by specifically using Apple AirPlay, but I do not like the website Andrew recommended. And then he was laughing, and at the same moment, I was gonna mention like, "Hey, bro, that ain't funny, bro. That's like serious." So I hope people aren't confused when I mention to them about my phone glitching and shit. Oh yeah, the whole point of my phone's glitching is because I have to update my phone. So I feel like whoa, whoa, James. You do not know my physique, my brother. Why you bragging like that? Without, like, that's like making an assumption. Hey, bro, I'm currently on the PS5. I'm not. What's my mom's place at the moment? Because I'll explain why. One, because of WrestleMania night two. So my dad's like, you can stay here, you can watch it, and I'm like, yeah, bro, like for real, bro. I want to watch it. But for Backlash, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna remain within this place so I can watch it. Like, wallahi, I want to watch it. Wallahi, chat. I want to watch it with my dad. Because he used Fire Stick. That's like, cool. But for me, chat, I'm fine to use ESPN when I get my own place. And then for SummerSlam, I'm possibly gonna go there in person. So I'll possibly create like a stream and shit. But nah, James, my brother. I ain't disrespecting. I know that I mentioned like it's bragging, but I'm gonna brag in a good way. I'm stronger physically because I work out every day. So like, don't make assumptions, bro. Because like we chill, bro. We don't have beef, and you're not a hater, bro. You see, you're stronger and what else? I'm not able to pay attention to my chat until like Thursday because that is when I'm gonna hit the bank, deposit all my money, fix my debit card. Possibly, I'm gonna use the money towards my iCloud. Updating is free. You just gotta update your phone. Oh, and V-Bucks and GT money. And then as well, whatever I'm budgeting for in the future once I get a full-time job, despite me having a seasonal job, chat. So that's all I want to mention. Oh yeah, one more thing, chat. So unfortunately, um, my girl and I almost got into an argument, but she was like, because I mentioned to her, because she has diabetes, chat, and I mentioned to her, don't like over drink energy drink. You can have energy drink. Hey, you cool, you can have it. Because she does act like an adult, and she is at that time where like it wouldn't affect her, compared to if she was a kid. I mean, she would understand if she was a kid, but because she's gonna be an adult legally next or not next year, this year, like this year 2026, this year of 2026, like this year 2026, like this year 2026, anyway. Um, but then she thought I was yelling at her, but I'm like, no, that's just my tone. And I explained to her the reason. She understands. You know, chat. I've been chat was doing something for quite a bit. You know, let us know anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a picture of that chat next time if you overall send something like that, James. Like, bro, like, if you're joking, then just mention it. I mean, I know I created a rule like you can't mention that it's a joke when I know it's a joke, but I'm pretty sure it was possibly a joke or not a joke. You know. Um, but yeah, my girl and I are chill. We got things situated. Her and I are still dating. Don't worry. Her and I did not break up. If her and I did, then I would announce it on here. Then when I mention the chat, I typically chat about which I possibly would next live stream. Then I'm possibly gonna mention like, oh, as I supposed to mention about my future girl, whatever color hair she would overall have, which I would possibly go for a. Yo, what is good, AZ? How you feeling, brother? Hey, just so you know, I was quite busy Saturday and Sunday, so I know we didn't have a chance to. I wouldn't say what day do you work? Do you work on Mondays? Because I was like, I'm doing great. I'm feeling blessed. But yeah, I would if. Okay, once you get finished with work, then we can roleplay. You cool with that? Because I want to consider like Monday as like how we were gonna overall do it on Thursday, because Wednesday, whatever occurred, Yeah, yeah, because it's currently Sunday for you. Yeah, sure thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's go according to the Tuesday and Wednesday schedule. Actually, AZ. Just ensure your computer does not overheat. Ensure it's fully charged, and be sure to wear the black heart skin, and I'll be sure to wear synthesis. Um, and I'll be sure to check where I left off to see like what I was mentioning in the roleplay before your computer overheated, which is good. It's not your fault, man. Did you figure out like what was the issue? Yeah, I know we were gonna roleplay on Saturday, but I was quite busy with work. Then I had the wrestling event, so I'm like, you know what, we can't roleplay. So I'll be sure to let you know, man. Like I mentioned, I'm the main director. You're the co-director, but this is gonna be according to my script. But anyway, hold on. Let me mention something to my viewers, and then we'll discuss. Bruh. Um. So yeah, her and I are good. I was just saying I would go for one if her and I broke up, but obviously that's not gonna occur. So I'm gonna remain with her. She's the one for me, and I'm the one for her. I feel like that's perfect. Her and I are gonna be willing to have a child, potentially gonna create one on exactly September. So we have to test it. Not test it, but like constantly make her practice. I don't need to practice for that. I know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to that. But she can practice, And I'm not giving you the details because I even mentioned well, I would potentially like once a while, but I as well mentioned the Joker like once I hit 1K, I'm just gonna give hint of what I'm mentioning without mentioning it so that, you know, if kids are watching, just to, ensure that just overall, that's all I'm gonna mention. But once she practice, once September, once she's prepared, then overall we'll consider it. Another thing actually I want to mention, that's not the last uh shit I was gonna mention. Unfortunately, the duck abandoned the eggs because there was apparently a opossum, which is quite rare to witness, and apparently I witnessed it outdoors and I had to scare it. But if I overall scared it like earlier, then it wouldn't like touch the eggs. It would just escape. Be like, oh shit, there's a human being. we're both mammals, but the human is more dominant than me. That's pretty much what the opossum would mention if it was speaking, but that's very unlikely because the only species that speaks are us. Parrots, they mimic, so they have like some type of brain wave connection with the human species, or over but overall, majority of humanity, you know. Um, but yeah, then all of a sudden, the duck abandoned because it didn't necessarily return, and it's like past 48 hours because Google mentioned if it hasn't necessarily returned past 24 to 48 hours, it is considered an abandonment to its children. What thank goodness one egg survived. Um, Apparently the other bird species ate the other eggs, and I'm like, is it because it knew that the other bird species, aka the duck, abandoned, and it knew that it had to kill its children simply because a female duck can produce plenty of its own kind? I'm quite curious if that's the whole point why. But one egg survived. It's currently within the house. I'm hoping it could potentially hatch within next week because it's currently. Oh yeah, next week. Because I mentioned to my dad and I, homie Agron, because yeah, he was here. He was here for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. He was here specifically for WrestleMania. Um, but anyway, yeah, my dad and I, homie Agron. I mentioned to him like, oh yeah, possibly 2 more weeks, but you mean chat, AZ? I definitely did. I just didn't respond because I figured it was a joke. If it was serious, then overall, possibly you have to figure that out. Like where your friend or coworker, whoever you're referring to, is currently at. You're not necessarily sure. Um, but that's all I want to mention. So yeah, the egg. But yeah, considering the fact it's currently this week, next week, chat. Um, uh, so next week is when it could potentially hatch. I am looking forward. Or it could possibly be 2 weeks, let us know. Anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. What's Friday night lunch, Anyway, let's fucking get straight to the shit. My girl's currently asleep at the moment. You're not necessarily sure if I should. Are you referring to me or some individual? Sorry, explain like why we didn't do roleplay. If it's not necessarily a reference towards me, then I over understand. I'm gonna see where I over left off, and I'm gonna head to bed like 3:30. Might as well, just to be what's in my room, because I'm currently charging my phone for a specific reason. You shouldn't be happy or should be happy. But like I mentioned, I was busy Saturday and pretty much yesterday my time, which is pretty much today for you. Oh, you're heading to bed?
What do you think?
Is that what you're referring to? Or 12, 11, 10. Oh, because of work, man. If you're overall heading to bed, then yeah, take it easy, man. Oh, you just copied me. Yeah, it's no offense, but
I am.
We are not doing.
Oh yeah, apparently I'm in the beginning.
Why not?
Because.
Tuesday, Wednesday, like I mentioned, man, and pretty much you mentioned about it, so.
Come on, Krista. What's wrong with Omid?
Hey, I'm gonna make some perfect choices.
We're not calling our baby Omid. One of you is enough.
But apparently my girl, she's still learning the ropes, apparently.
Omid the
Oh,
No.
second. Omid Jr.
Omid is a great name. Like, we could have Omid
There's a
Jr.
ring to it.
It's not illegal.
The ring of an egotistical maniac.
Omid is a good name. I like it.
Thank
Like I
you.
mentioned, I'll be sure to explain it possibly tomorrow once I get finished with
Always
work.
right.
Like once I get finished watching WWE though, because it's gonna be very exciting at the moment because of the wrestling event. So
You're not taking this seriously.
I take everything seriously, especially little Omid's future.
Keep talking, and you'll be sleeping in the rain tonight. Remember that time in Barstow?
okay, give me. I'm gonna be sure to learn enough AFK. I made especially chat. I jump back in the lunch channel anyway. But yeah, because my girl, she certain times spam choices. She doesn't necessarily pay attention to the choices. She may not necessarily choose all the choices that I would choose. Like, for example, if I mentioned choose this choice, she would choose that choice. And at the same moment, I'm like, you know what? You can choose that. I don't care. And then as well, like I mentioned, she's new to that game. I mean, she played on Xbox, but possibly she's the spam and all that. And possibly that's the whole point why she's quite used to it on PlayStation. If I was live on TikTok, you would possibly see, oh yeah, but then I'm going to be in a call with her. I know you can go live on TikTok on your laptop. That would be cool. So I could possibly do that while I'm in a call with her, you know, with my girl. Or I can go live where the live title would be my girlfriend playing Telltale The Walking Dead of that season, because I'm going to mention the specific season, you know. Oh, just the season, you know. Let's, you know, anyway.
Vegas weekend?
Oh, I love Vegas.
Why don't you, get cleaned up in the girls' room, Clem?
I hope the sink works in there.
I wouldn't count on it. Just be careful and make sure to keep track of your things. We'll be right next door.
Okay.
How old is she, chat? I'm pretty sure she's like 10, I'm pretty sure. Because she was 9 within season 1, and Krista's like 9 months pregnant, so I would figure Clementine is 10? And then she'll be 11 in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 7 months, okay. Excuse me, chat. So pretty much October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Or whatever month it overall is, you know. Let you know. Yeah, my thing is automatically moving because the controller I'm currently using, the right analog stick camera overall does not necessarily work. Or just the right analog stick overall, you know.
What's that?
But yeah, James, that was low-key disrespectful of what you mentioned earlier. If you were joking, then I understand, but you can't assume that you're stronger than me, man. You have not necessarily checked my muscular weight. And my muscles. I mean, my muscles may look skinny, or my arm may look skinny, but at the same moment,
Gross.
it's muscular. Yeah, I was hoping I can be able to see my chats, but possibly when I use the YouTube app. I'm hoping you can see, like, your viewers' chats. That'd be cool.
Phew.
So I can watch all the live streams and see what individuals mention and what I...
Good. No one's.
So, like, if they don't repeat the chat or, like, shorten it, I can see what that person mentioned. Like, in terms of, like, how long the chat overall is, you know? Let us know. Anyway. So possibly once I get this situated on Thursday, I could be sure to see what my boy James was actually mentioning and it's currently Monday, and 3 more days until Thursday, which is actually my therapy session, my finale. I'm possibly not gonna like head towards my therapy session as much. So once she does mention about where she's gonna overall be within, I'm gonna mention to her like, hey, I'm possibly gonna just witness you once a while. I'll just email you when I can have our session instead of you mentioning this is the day you can witness me. Like I can mention, I'll be sure to let you know when I want to see you. That's pretty much what I want to mention, because I feel like she's not the type I want to have, and according to what you've heard of what she specifically mentioned, you gotta for real realize, Chad, she's not the one, I don't necessarily want her as like my therapist. I don't really need one. I have it because like job wise, if I want to get a job and shit. And I know exactly what I'm finding. I applied for like one job. She's possibly gonna mention if I applied for more than one, and I'm like, well, I found the job I'm looking for. I was scheduled for an interview. I'm gonna be hired next week. But if there was a point where I wouldn't get hired, then I would definitely apply for like 4 jobs. So I can just mention to her that I found the job I'm looking for. I just got I had my interview. I'm going to be hired next week, for example. So I'm hoping I am, and then I'll mention to because you're actually going to hear the interview chat. I'm hoping it's better than when I have a therapy session, but this is just job specific, Let us, and Jehovah. Let me check. I jump back, let's anyway. I bit my right part of my lip. But yeah, duck abandoning. Some people who are religious will think, oh, a demon possessed him. But no, it's nature. It's how they evolved, There's creatures out there where they have to abandon their children. And people are like, why can't our own kind do that? Well, because, yeah, if you're with someone, they're gonna have different hair colors, different race, which is like your skin color, different eye color, body shape. So like if you're with a different man, because that one man abandoned you as the woman, yeah, it's the same human being, just different race. Just like if a duck abandons, or just like the husband, or like mate, because it's just mating. It's mate. It's gonna meet up potentially, but like if a female duck interfered with a male duck, y'all do realize that if the male duck, like if they interact, they're gonna understand why the male abandoned. So as a human, you are a whole, one whole. Like for example, if I left my girl, it's gonna be a human, yeah. But if you abandon your children, they're your children. They're your offspring. If you did it with another woman, well, they're your offspring, but from a different hair color of that individual, race, skin color pretty much, their eye color, their nose shape, mouth. Well, okay, it's more of like the hair color, eye color, race, and freckles, because not all individuals have freckles. I have quite a bit on my nose, but my kids are possibly going to have it because my girl has it. So, like, that's why humans can't abandon, because when you witness a duck, they all look exactly the same, so abandoning wouldn't be an issue. But if you look at humans, they don't all look the same, They have different facial features. Like, I have a black hair. Like, what if, like... So I have black hair. My dad has black hair. Same thing. but different facial features, nose shape, mouth shape. Him and I get the same eye color. Well, mine is actually more brown, so mine's like more from my mom. Like mine is brown, so I have black hair, brown eyes. Huge nose shape, Loki looking like from Africa. So just overall, chat, overall, let us, so pretty much overall, majority of humanity, they can't abandon each other. And people are like, why can't men get other women pregnant if other creatures can get more than one female? Like, for example, a male duck can get more than one female duck. Fertilize, because it can't get pregnant. It's a bird, not a mammal. Only mammals get pregnant. Meaning the egg forms within the womb. Not, well, it does form within the duck, but the duck lays them. Humans, they don't lay eggs. But yeah, that's all I want to mention. And then I'm going to continuing. But yo, AZ, are you here at the moment? Just click here if you are. Yeah, my girl is asleep. I meant to her. Yeah, because I mentioned to my girl wake up 1 or 2, but she doesn't know if she's gonna. But hey, she's my girl. I gotta because I don't want to break up with her. Like I want to create children with her, not other women's. Because would I want her to die? No, I don't want her to die. But laws would change. Laws would change where you could be with other females despite your own. Meaning jealousy won't be a huge emotion. I never get jealous. Like if my girl was with another man, I wouldn't care if there's whatever reasons. Because she was gonna be with another guy, not out of cheating. It's not cheating. She was gonna, but then she mentioned to me, oh, you know what? Why would I actually be with him? You really think I would? And I'm like, no, why would I consider you being with him? Because, Jacob, that guy who was selfish, was in GT5 Online. Yeah, that's the same Jacob. And I'm actually going to be in a call with him on Wednesday. So I'm actually going to meet myself, and you're going to hear him. So I have to turn my camera off and mute myself. She have to just turn her camera off. Meaning, she have to, close her phone, but she'll still be in a call. And I'm hoping that doesn't kick you out of a call. But yeah, my phone's fucked up. It was glitching like crazy on Friday. You all can't necessarily imagine, chat, how severe my phone is. Phone is a form of evolution, chat. It's part of evolution, I I'm back, anyway. But yeah, it's part of human evolution. Overall, so pretty much, overall, majority of humanity, chat. So cars are a form of evolution, human evolution. I know it's immediate transportation. I know phones, immediate communication. And then you remember how I mentioned, why does the Earth have life? What's the point of life within here? And all that shit. And it just mentioned whatever, I read it to you all. But because it automatically gives that shit. Because of evolution within the universe. And then people are like, what's the point of creatures having life? What's the point of evolution? for exactly all creatures, especially humans, like me and other human species. Or just, overall, let's, so pretty much overall, majority of humanity, let's, in terms of human evolution, chat. But anyway, chat, the whole point I mentioned, like, nature yesterday, or not yesterday, the whole point I mentioned, like, oh, it's because of nature when it rained on Saturday, which is pretty much 2 days ago for me. It's because, like, as I specifically mentioned before, I'm not religious, because you remember how I mentioned to you all that whoa, there's a lot of people joining. I'll explain all about that later today. Because who knows who it is? You never know if you know who's watching. Let us know.
Safe to get cleaned up.
Okay, let's consider continuing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like she is 10. Because the way her voice sounds in terms of how Melissa Hutchison produced it for her. But yeah, I gotta work later today. Y'all want me to do research on what's the evolution of sprinklers, like why did it evolve? And yeah, whenever I mention like evolution, like how did car evolve through human evolution, or how did phones evolve? It's thinking that I'm referring to biological evolution for creatures and especially humans, which we are creatures, or just overall, let us, like overall, majority of humanity, overall, as a creature, as a hominid creature, like species, aka the primates, let us, But no, it's referring to like evolution, like how they evolve, chat. Like houses. Other creatures' shelters is quite different. The shelter we currently have is like very modern, like very recent inventing. Okay, I feel like he's not here because he would have typed something if I mentioned. But yeah, remember how I mentioned you all? And I'm just gonna say you know who for now because you know who I'm referring to. You remember how I mentioned that you know who? You know how I mentioned to you all that I mentioned to you know who that I was joking with you all in terms of my non-religious beliefs when I'm pretty much serious with you all. Serious with you all. Just overall serious. Serious with you all. In terms of my non-religious belief. Well, hey, that's how rain occurs. It's through nature, water cycle. Let us Speaking of that,
Please have water.
I don't necessarily care who joins, as long as it's not who. Let us Just because of what I mentioned, I don't necessarily mind if who joins. Just of what I just mentioned. Let us It's possibly not gonna necessarily have water.
Figures.
And yeah, water occurs within pipes, and y'all know how that water occurs because evolution, of water, let us Not like what I mean by evolution, meaning from the point of its origin to now. Just like human evolution, to the point of its origin to now. And we have a purpose. We're here for a reason. We're here to prevent the sun from entering the red giant phase and preventing it from increasing its luminosity. We are here to prevent the Earth's core from solidifying, meaning ensuring it doesn't cool down like how Mars and other planet cores did. Ensuring it's infinite, so that Earth can remain forever. Or like ensuring that the universe expansion isn't very constant, and as well, like preventing it from constantly expanding to ensure that remains stable. Like you don't necessarily want it to constantly expand, otherwise the heat death would potentially occur within like billions of years. And as well preventing the Earth's ocean and other planet oceans for those planets that have life, or those that would potentially have life, like their ocean from evaporating or boiling away, or freezing forever, or like not being like a healthy water. Like it's here, but it has like bad bacteria, similar to like a swamp. Which I love the ocean actually. And yeah, I definitely did bend towards one. Was in San Diego, California. So once I do head towards there within like a few months, either with my family in terms of vacation or like a road trip with my girl, then might as well I consider let us Hope I don't necessarily have the minor sickness, but obviously I wouldn't necessarily let us You're gonna have to deal with me making that sound effect. Hey, could you possibly mention in English, brother?
Better. Oh, shoot.
I typically speak English. I can speak other language, but just overall, But yeah, WrestleMania was great. Like, I had Little Caesars, Wingstop. Oh, that guy does not necessarily understand English because he would have listened to me. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna play GT5 online quite a bit. I want to do a heist prep. How exactly? Did sprinklers? Through human evolution. I had my voice to speak. Apparently, it's being a dick. I have to update my phone as well. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point. Or get a new iPhone, like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, for example, before the iPhone 18 Pro Max potentially release, or iPhone 18 stuff. Through human evolution. If like we have rain. Some chat. Despite rain overall being the source. And how exactly does the water occur for sprinklers? I'm quite curious for the source. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna screenshot all of this because I typically do before I overall, read. Dash it to you all. Okay. Sprinklers overall evolved within human history, not necessarily to replace rain, but to overall ensure its inconsistency, drought, and immobility location, ensuring for constant food production, urban development, and overall fire safety. The evolution occurred from gravity, river diversion to overall pressurized systems that overall associate rainfall constantly, then flood, irrigation, the limitation of rain. The why. While rain is overall source of water, it is overall unreliable. Human history is associated with periods of drought and a need to overall associate from immediate water sources. Let me chat. Settled within agriculture. Early civilization 6,000 BCE, before Common Era, within Mesopotamia/Egypt, associated to control water flow when rain overall failed, leading towards canal systems that overall associate river water, which overall potentially created a distribution. Dryland farming. As population moved towards arid or semi-arid regions, they overall needed to bring water to overplant rather than waiting for it to overall occur. associated transition from surface irrigation towards pressurized spray, early evolution from ditches towards performed pipes, 6,000 BCE to 1,800 CE, Common Era. Irrigation was overall associated with canals, dams, and bucket bridges, which overall associated plenty of labor and overall flooded crops. 1,812 CE, fire protection. The overall sprinkler was a fire protection measure associated with William Congreve was in London, England. It was overall associated with reservoir, associated with the connection towards perforated pipes associated to spray water was in flames. 1,870 CE, automation. Philip Pratt associated the automatic fire sprinkler was in 1,872 CE. Associated spinning head powered by plenty of water pressure. The 20th century, the sprinkler revolution, the modern agricultural and lawn sprinkler associated within breakthroughs within technology, materials, and overall mimic rain spray effect within certain areas. 1,894 CE, the Skinner. Oh yeah, my boy mentioned that he's skinnier than me. Yeah, James, my boy. I'm meant to be skinny, my brother. Or like I'm skinny, but like you mentioned you're more skinny. Bro, that does not necessarily mean shit, James. Come on, bro. We're not necessarily meant to have beef. Because it mentioned Skinner in the Google search. I'm like, ooh, I want to mention Skinner, you know. Let us know. Anyway, the Skinner system. Charles Skinner was in Ohio, patented was nozzles to spray water was in certain crops. Associating the exact first recognized agricultural sprinkler system. 1,933 CE to impact sprinklers. Orton Eaglehart. Ooh, Orton. That's actually cool that someone has their first name named Orton. Like how Randy Orton. You don't get it? You know how Randy Orton, like Randall Keith Orton, like how his last name is Orton. So the individual first name is Orton. See me chat. So Orton, not Randy Orton, but a different Orton from 1,933. Randy Orton was not necessarily alive until the late 80s or something. Or no, early 80s. 1,933 impact sprinkler Orton. Overall associated, the horizontal impact was in sprinklers. This was associated was in breakthrough associated or ensure for circular distribution within certain large areas using less water pressure. This technology was associated by Rainbird. That's cool. That's what my uncle uses. 1,940s to the 50s CE. Center pivot systems. Associating the dual ball Frank Zibak associated the self-propelled center pivot irrigation system is associated for massive scale farming within dry high altitude regions like the Great Plains where rain was overall quite infrequent. While sprinklers occurred, controlled output. Despite rain, sprinklers can over be controlled within timers and sensors associate water only when and where it's overall associated. Water conservation, modern precision sprinklers, drip irrigation, and smart technology reduce waste. A certain factor was in agriculture at this moment. Efficiency, they over ensure crops to be watered without necessarily needing quantities of standing water flooding. Ensuring soils does not necessarily erode, like erosion pretty much, in terms of water wastage. Overall, sprinklers, or in summary, or overall, sprinklers overall evolved in terms of human evolution, in terms of rudimentary pipes, fire suppression, simply because humans ensure of something very reliable in terms of the evolution, despite rain. Okay. Another question I want to ask. Actually, I'll be sure to ask it next live stream, but I'm actually going to ask this once I get finished going live in a lunch channel. Anyway, let me continue continuing. Let me see if y'all heard me. Let me see if y'all for real heard me, chat. See if y'all heard me. Let me see if y'all for real heard me, chat. Let me see if y'all heard me. Alright, I'm gonna consider continuing. Wallahi, I love you all. Wallahi, you know, wallahi, chat, wallahi. Alright, I'm gonna consider continuing. But yeah, it feels great to be like not religious, you know. Because when you're not religious, you know, you have the freedom of religion, and you don't have to. Because freedom of religion is a great thing, but I don't have to follow any of that. As well, I'm an agnostic. I don't believe in a higher power. That just means like you respect other beliefs. You know, unless you know. Like, why would I believe in a higher power? You know, unless you know. Anyway, I'm gonna consider opening the store. I figured the water bottle wasn't there. I'm pretty sure they have to use like a lake or something to consider getting plenty of the water.
You.
Ah, shit, that high school bitch. Oh my goodness. You see how I don't necessarily spam my choices? I'm not gonna show you all like how my girl does it. You'll possibly see what I'm like streaming and like making her play while I'm streaming, so you all can see how she plays. You know, unless you know, don't judge her in a bad way. She does not necessarily want that. You know, unless you know. I'm just being honest, but hey, I'm teaching her. You know, I love her. I as well play for her because I want to make the choice. I want to make the perfect choices for my girl. You know, unless you know. Anyway, because only I can play or share play, not her friends. Only me. Because I'm her boyfriend. You know, unless you know.
Get out of there. You're not fooling me. Come on out now.
That's my gun.
It's mine now.
Give it back.
Yeah, bitch. Nah, that's not how overall works, motherfucker.
Get out here.
Yo, what's the attitude though? Damn, that's the whole point. I hate teams. Well, certain teams that I would interact with. I said would.
You got anything on you?
I wouldn't interact with this high school bitch though. I would kill her
Come on, let's see.
like immediately.
I ain't gonna ask again.
No, that's all I have.
That's it? How'd you make it this long? I'm serious. What else you got?
How?
That's it.
It's not really none of your business, girl.
Pop you. Give me what you got. I'm not screwing around. Come on.
I don't have none.
I don't have anything.
Give me that hat.
No.
Yo, bitch.
Where'd you get it?
You ain't having shit.
I asked you a question.
Yo, nah,
None
fuck
of your
it.
business.
Yeah, none of your business. You ain't gonna know.
Just give it to me.
Yo, heartless bitch. The answer is no. It ain't yours.
Junk,
Pervert.
junk, junk.
Pervert to pervert.
Look at all this junk. Shit, shit, and more shit.
What exactly did Clem carry though?
Why you ain't got nothing good? Not like the last people I got. They
Let me
had
check.
all kinds of good shit.
Yeah, they were possibly your classmates, dumbass.
You ain't got nothing good. You're just a little fish. You gonna cry, little fish? This your daddy? What a bozo.
And don't talk shit about my guy. My boy Lee. Yo! Yo, that's so sad. Yo, wallahi, shit, that's so sad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now that girl's a pussy now. Who did she thought was gonna pull up?
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Someone she interfered with?
I didn't mean to.
At the same moment, I do feel bad for the high schooler though, because she didn't mean it. She's just like a teenager. Like 16 or 17. Like, what is she, like a high school dropout?
Homie, can you hear me? Homie.
Yeah, that's the whole point. She shouldn't have taken her gun, you know. Yeah, Clem, you gotta take that, you know. Younger people, I mean, you're younger, but like, you know your shit. But younger people that don't know how to use a gun and shit until they're a bit older. Not like you, Clem, because you're badass. You know your shit, which is very cool. I do as well. But like, just don't give your gun, Clem. Or like, don't leave it there, you know? Yo, 16 months later, Clem is 11 years old. She's grown immediately.
Krista, talk to me.
Like, she has grown immediately.
This will never work.
Yo, I low-key hate this scene, though.
Look at this. It's pathetic.
No, it ain't.
The wood's too wet to burn. It's more smoke than flame. At this rate, we'll be eating this for breakfast.
What else can we do?
Find something that'll burn, maybe. I don't know. Won't be easy in the dark and in the rain. You should be.
They possibly would.
Not me. Tending a fire.
Well, she's a little
Stay
girl.
warm.
I wouldn't let my 11-year-old daughter do this like solo.
Otherwise,
I mean, I get it. It's the Walking Dead zombie apocalypse and shit, but like, yo, she is a little girl. Like, why would you want to make her do big stuff? We did find a group. That is what Lee mentioned to Clem. Find a
We need
group.
to find a group. People we can trust. We've been on our own for too long.
trust? You think you can trust someone out here? Not now. Not anymore.
Oh my gosh. What, because of that what? Because of that pedophile?
I'm freezing.
Is it because of what that pedophile did?
This is bad. Wait till we get up to Wellington. Then talk to me about cold. If
Wellington is...
we still have a couple hard
Nah,
months
fuck
ahead
off,
of us.
Krista.
This rain will turn to sleet, then ice, then snow. It won't be easy.
Hey, man, it's nature. That's how Earth is. Other planets are like that as well.
Can we make it that far?
Maybe. I don't know. We just need to keep moving north.
I don't agree.
Still can't stay here.
Because why would you want to push her towards something very cold, where she could just be in the warmth? Like, where is she at? North Carolina? I'm pretty sure.
I miss Lee.
I for real do miss him, chat.
I'm sure you do.
I mean, he's just gonna rest in peace forever. I mean, there's no technology to bring him back, unfortunately, in this game.
You just keep the fires.
Yeah, you do that. For some reason, I just don't like her. I mean, she gave it an attitude to Lee in season 1. Just rubs me the way I don't like about her, you know. I'm not gonna warm up to her. Season 2, It was cool from the start, but I'm like, yeah, no, she's not the type I like. But at the same moment, she has a lot of pain. Because even my girl mentioned something about Kenny, like, she understands where Kenny's occurring from, and I'm like, yeah, it's facts. But then I have to end Kenny's life in, like, episode 5 and, like, end it. His mental health, his mental pain and his physical pain. Y'all would see why. Well, mental pain, y'all know why, but physical pain, something you don't want me to mention. I know that I don't get offended by spoilers, but some of y'all do. I mean, I can mention it for those who know, but I'm just gonna keep it a secret, you know. I'm possibly gonna burn that, because why would you want to keep a photo of someone who lost their wife and son? I mean, I know Kenny is alive, but yeah, see, she got a lot of stuff, and this girl's like, how did you made it that far? Yo, just because she has lighter and whatever shit, that's just her belongings. You can make it far without the, you know, shit. And plus, she has a gun, so why is she asking a fucking dumbass rhetorical question? You know that black teenager chat? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what I can possibly find. Well, I can light the fire, because, hey, that's how humans evolved. They discovered fire. Not created fire, oxygen created fire. They discovered fire. They're like, ooh, we can use this. I mean, who knows how that overall worked, but I could watch YouTube videos of it in quite a bit. Because, overall, let us know. Because, overall, majority of humanity, let us know anyway. But I like Apple iPhones. I feel like that's like how phones are going to evolve constantly. Like other phones will get banned or removed from the face of this earth, and Apple iPhones will dominate. And people would have to make plenty of money. Like the manager, I'll put it in quite a bit. Like the manager would have to pay them extra just so they can afford what they can afford. Because how can I afford an iPhone? I feel like it's your hourly rate. So like making 100 something an hour, like you have to make more like somewhere. We'll send that, Make it where you can earn millions
Still not enough. The flames
from the
are
hourly
low.
rate. Or earn a salary. I know salaries are cool as well. I feel like majority of jobs should involve that, not necessarily hourly rate or like wage. Would you prefer hourly wage or salaries? I prefer both because regardless, you're saving. Money evolved because other creatures, they know how to share. Some of you all, I'm not saying you all chat in the chat. I'm not mentioning to you all, I'm just mentioning to people who aren't watching and just individuals overall, let us know. So pretty much overall, majority of humanity, certain of them, they don't know how to share. So if they want to get something that they want, like what they both want, like for example, I want a deer meat, and then the other person is like, I do as well. But we don't have to trade. We can both get it for free. Well, what if it's at a store? Like they store it in a store. That's the whole point why it's referred to as a store. What if it's what's in Myers? A deer meat. What's in the meat? Whatever they refer to, where they have plenty of meat. What's in there? Y'all know where meats occur from, so I'm not gonna explain that. In terms of like food evolution. With creature evolution comes with meat evolution. For those that have meat on them. Not all creatures have meat on them. I know fish, they don't. I feel like you're eating its own flesh, but that's different. I mean, who knows why religious people, they can have fish? Like, in terms of, like, Lent, for example, you know how Christians, I'm possibly not gonna next year because I'm, not religious. My girl is not gonna. So I'm possibly gonna have meat every Friday, and if my siblings mention what did I had on that day, if they even text me, like my younger sister typically texts me, because I bet she's gonna text me like, how is your apartment and all that, and I'll mention it's great and all that. She would text me, and then she's gonna mention to me, oh, it's Lent. What did you have on Friday? Because she would still think I'm religious. She does not know I'm not religious, and she's possibly never gonna know. I actually never mentioned to her that I used to be non-religious, and then I became religious again, and now I'm permanently non-religious. I'm never going back to being religious. Like, it's my girl and I decision. I feel like freedom of religion does not have to do with what religion you want to practice. It can as well mean like you're non-religious and you have the free will to practice that, or just not follow a religion. Like the U.S. government can't stop you. They'll just mention like, hey, it's your beliefs, Like, I don't respect Muslims, but I'm not going to ban the religion. I feel like you can't ban it. It's going to die as humans evolve, And then that's when religion could be dead. Because in the ancient era, it started because the ancient individuals or civilizations saw they can find hope in a deity. Like, they thought there's hope through a deity, but no, that's all fake. And apparently they're all resting. The ancient cities are fallen. Like, they thought it would last forever. They'll make it a kingdom. They would think that the afterlife would come join. Like, what's in some like ancient civilizations or territories, and I'm like, why would they think that? Like, did they have some type of hallucination back then? Whereas today we're not as hallucinated. I mean, I know Christians are because I know this guy named Matthew. He's my homie, not that Matthew, the other Matthew. I know I mentioned about that other Matthew, which I mentioned was my Uncharted 4 upload, and I have not uploaded, but I mentioned plenty of what he mentioned, and I do not agree with him. But no, it's the other Matthew. It's like I mentioned, I'm not religious. So I do respect Muslims. I do respect other religion. I feel like that's what an agnostic is, because there's multiple meanings. Another version of agnostic is believing there's a higher power, but you're not religious. Whereas another version of it means you don't believe in a higher power, but you respect other beliefs. Because my boy mentioned, the world's gonna come to an end, or this God Almighty Jesus Christ, which obviously Jesus is real, but not as a deity, chat. Because as a non-religious person, I obviously don't believe, or like we don't believe that he's a deity. We believe that he's a Jewish teacher, and that someone took him out of his tomb and put him somewhere unknown to make it seem like he rose from the dead. And then St. Paul was creating false stories about all that to make people believe in myth. Like over, Linus, So pretty much, over, majority of humanity, So yeah, it feels great. Me and my girl have a great life being non-religious. So unfortunately for our wedding, her and I have to have a church because my whole family they're religious. But before I consider having to attend a church, my girl and I are gonna have a private ceremony within a court before the day of her and I wedding, just to get that situated, Meaning I'll invite my friends. It'll be like a party. My best man wouldn't be within a church. He would just be within the court. So I'm going to get that situated. So I'm going to have a wedding with my friends, and then family is going to be the day afterwards because they are religious, and I don't want to disrespect them when it comes to church. So me and my girl would have to go with the flow, despite her and I being non-religious. So yeah, that's why Spain Course evolved. So that's pretty much why it's considered a job, because you're pretty much protecting the planet. And hey, tomorrow is what, Earth Day? Or not tomorrow, today's Earth Day, right? Or no, it's on the 22nd. Because my uncle was like shocked that, it's going to be April 20th. But no, he's referring to like how next week is the last day, or not last day, last week of April. So if I do work next week, it's going to be on the 27th. And I'm only going to work from like... So if it's like on Monday, I would work from 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So is that full time? I'm pretty sure that is. Because I do want to watch Monday Night Raw and shit. So when I get my own place, I can be like, oh, I get to relax. And plus, my girl typically sleeps very late. I don't want to work very late. I don't want to work from like the morning all the way till like midnight. No. I mean, that'd be cool, but like, possibly when I get my own place, or possibly not, because my girl does sleep and I want to have some quality time. Not some quality time, but plenty of quality time with her. But yeah, just to care for Earth. That's the whole point of sprinklers, But I had Wingstop. That's all like flesh, like chicken, pretty much. With different shit on it, And then pizza, y'all know what that is. Bread is from wheat. Cheese is from dairy, so pretty much from a cow, typically. The sauce is the tomato sauce, so vegetable from a tomato, and obviously the pepperoni is a meat.
This might burn.
Oh, it's gonna burn. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm gonna burn the photo with duck and ketchup because, like I mentioned, they're dead, So. Some chat. But she wouldn't just say bring it up to Kenny or whatever, It's like really not important. Like he's alive and she knows that, so. Whoa. Yo, she just started cooking, and all of a sudden, some scavenger, kidnapping, pedophile, perverted, dumbass bitches are like wanting to be on Clem's ass and all that. Like, yo, she's a little girl. That's disgusting. But yeah, you know what I mean by like non-religious shit. You know what I mean. Is that what I mentioned? Well, I'm gonna go back to where I left off. But some quality time plenty of quality time with them. So many people believe in this, like over in Atlanta channel. So pretty much, over like a party, my best man. So is that full time? I'm pretty sure that is. Because I do want to watch Monday Night Ranch. So when I get my own place, I can be like, oh, I can. So is that full time? But yeah, you know what I overall mean in terms of like non-religious shit. Atlanta channel anyway. But yeah, they want her ass apparently.
Rest of your group.
I'm by myself.
Bullshit. She's lying. Cut the shit, lady.
It's just me.
Come on, guys. It's not sane. You expect us to believe you're out here all alone?
Oh shit. Let's just throw this block. Fuck this shit.
Run!
Oh yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy, Yeah, apparently that's the guy. And he mentioned, hey. Yo, he is a pedophile though. He wanted her ass.
Get the fuck over here. Now!
She's still a kid though. Kid, like half kid, half teenager. She's still a kid. She's not 13. Go! Yo, why does he want her though? That's disgusting. He's a pedophile, he's a pervert. He's disgusting, he's a dumbass. Yeah, feel that pain. Like when I have kids, wait, hold on. Yeah, bite his ass, yeah. Bite his ass. I don't give a shit if he's in pain. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Yo, y'all saw that chat? Well, I'm gonna discuss about this quite a bit. Let me discuss about this real quick. So yeah, when I have kids, I'm gonna pretty much teach them like if they get kidnapped, like if, for example, if it's like my daughter Lily, because she's gonna be better than the Lily from what's in the Telltale, the Walking Dead demon series. Anyway. I hear some birds. I hear plenty of birds in the lunch, Anyway, so yeah, when I have like for example, if Lily got kidnapped by like a guy or a girl, whatever, or a woman, guy or woman, I'll match to her to bite their finger very hard, like hard, make them be in pain, and use some weapons like how Clem used. She's like what, type of stick or something, and stick it up towards his man tits. You know what I mean, like his ribs or whatever. And he screamed in agony. You know how he was screaming in agony when Clem hit his finger very hard? Which that was very hard. I'm like, damn, he's bleeding. Yeah, my daughters and kids can do that shit. They should. If they get kidnapped or if someone bullied them, they can do that. Make the bully be in pain. Make their finger bleed. Oh shit, if I got kidnapped yet, ooh, I have razor sharp teeth. Once I bite their finger, it's gonna bleed. Like, hard. And then my girl can do it as well. She has sharp teeth as well. Razor sharp? Who knows? If she can bite my finger just to test it out, then shit, I'll see. She doesn't like the bite of her and I dog Jessie. But yeah, Tuesday midnight, she's gonna toss Jessie towards the couch. It's very cool. Once I start streaming with my own place, I'll show you. Like she'll toss the dog towards the couch and it'll like do like a flip or whatever. It's very interesting, Let us know. And she'll consider continuing because and then afterwards I'm possibly gonna end it after the scene just so I can play majority of it next week with my dad's place, and then wherever I left off was my mom's place. I'm a bit ahead. Like I'm quite a bit ahead compared to like where I'm at with my dad's place. Lunch, anyway. Wait, hold up. Bitch. Yeah, that's what you get, bro. For picking up a little girl. That's what you get for picking up a little girl you don't know. Yeah, she has a right to bite your fist. Not his fist. She has a right to bite his finger. Self-defense, chat. Your own kind. So pretty much our own kind can do that shit as a self-defense. Like, I feel like a bear can do that to like another bear as a form of self-defense, not just other creatures like us, you know. Like, you know, overall, you know, Lance, you know. So pretty much, you know, overall, you know, majority of humanity, you know. Lance, you know, anyway. In terms of human evolution, you know, Lance, you know, anyway. Yeah, so you get it. Fuck that bitch. Him. The game was quite loud. Yeah, I'm gonna play GT5 online later today with my boy Mason. Was in the PS4 version because apparently my girl, and if she does want to play GT with me, she can use her mom's account. I can message her like, you can use your mom's account, you know. But actually, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me considering playing Telltale: The Walking Dead Season 2, we'll see my dad's play next week, and as well my mom's plays later today because I'm gonna consider playing it, and just overall, you know, lunch, you know. Anyway, be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat.